Rakhiya, as you can see right here. I'm General Evaluator for today, and now let's start our evaluation speech. So our first evaluator is Tom, the father of Almaty Toastmasters Club, and he's going to evaluate our first speaker, Alwa. Please welcome Tom.
Thank you very much. So as we begin, I just want to say that I would like to make a toast to an icebreaker speech well done. We start with wine and we'll end with wine. What is the goal of an icebreaker speech? Isn't it to establish some camaraderie with the Almaty Toastmasters Club? So after hearing your speech, we have to say, did we feel closer to you? Did we feel connected to you? And if so, then it was a good icebreaker speech. How many siblings does Alwa have?
4.
4, yes. We know that. And she talked about love at first sight as she started off. And who did she say that she loved first? Her sister. Her sister. Younger sister or older sister? It was an older sister because it's her role model. Yes. So that was great. And so then she talked about her other siblings. So what did she do with her older brother?
Play games.
Play games and fight. And she said, you're going to see. But then she revealed something about herself. Remember? She didn't just talk about her brother, but she talked about, you'll see someone with determination, yes? And the will and desire to win. So those are great things that she did. And how did she start her speech at the very beginning? She started with a question, right? Which is a common way to connect with the audience. You ask a question and see if they respond. I was expecting the question, though, who believes in first love, right? But it's a much different question when she said, who has experienced first love, right? We can all easily raise our hands saying, yes, I believe in something. But if you say, have you experienced it? It's different. So good job. She brought a friend. She brought a plant who answered yes to that question. And so she knew there would be at least one person who would say yes to that. So that's another good thing to do in an icebreaker speech. Bring your friends. Bring support. Bring people to help you connect with your audience. So the other thing that she did really well were visual aids, right? She had her glass of wine. She had her backpack. She had her hat. And she even used a visual aid of having us close our eyes, right? And then we imagine it ourselves. It's a cheap way. You don't even need slides, right? We just picture the beautiful mountains. We hear the birds chirping. She did all those things really well, helping us picture and go someplace. And so now if we want to talk about a different kind of wine, what could she do better? That's a wine of a different, spelled differently. W-H-I-N-E. So the one thing that I would whine about, that I would like to see improved about, because in an icebreaker you want to reveal, we learned a little bit about, we learned about your family, we learned that you hiked a mountain and you felt great about it, and then you were disappointed you only got a little pin. And when she did that, she used great facial expressions and whatnot. But you also want to be vulnerable. You want to open up a little bit. It's a safe place, normally here the audience is for you. So I really wanted to hear who was your love at first sight? And you did not tell us. Next time, please tell us. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. Very precise feedback. So our second evaluator is Natali, right from Moscow Toastmasters Club. She's evaluating, Azamat.
Here you go. Slow motion, very please. We don't have it in Russia. We are not so progressive yet. Just a moment. Yeah, I hope it works. Okay, hello to everybody, dear fellow Toastmasters, dear guests. Azamat, where are you? Yeah, I see. Okay, thanks. So we've heard today a great speech of Azamat, and with the purpose to persuade us to believe something. So, Azamat, first of all, I congratulate you with this speech. It's one of your first speeches, and it's always difficult and challenging to come to the stage and to deliver the speech. So the delivery of your speech was clear, good, and you have really good. You had really great preparation for the speech. What about the content and the structure? So you had introduction, you had conclusion in the end, and in between you had a few points or key points that you mentioned. So it was done good, you did well. We are all human beings and we are here to improve our speech and deliver of it. So your goal was to persuade us to believe something. Please raise your hands, somebody in audience who do believe is it threatened, is a threat or it's opportunity, nuclear power. Opportunity. Do you believe in this because of this speech or it's just your assumption?
Both also.
Both also. Okay, so then good news that your purpose of your speech was achieved and you did your project well. So what my suggestion would be to improve your speech next time. You had a great presentation and we all saw that you prepared it a lot, but it contained so many details in it. And originally, presentation should help us, should help audience to understand what we are talking about. So the audience either reads what is in the presentation or hears you. So if you don't want to lose audience, try to choose pictures, or maybe next time try to avoid presentation at all. So just focus on your subjects, on your content of your speech, and don't use so many details because it's really difficult for the audience to be focused on all the time on this topic. But what I really liked in your speech, and it was really great, you prepared materials and you shared it in advance. You prepared this presentation and so I saw your interest in the topic, in the speech. So to sum up, keep on your interest in the topic and improve your contact with the audience, maybe put some questions to the audience, improve your introduction and finishing line, it will be more bright, and go on with your next speeches and good luck in it next time.
Do you want to take it away to Moscow?
Yeah, I want to share with it with my fellow Toastmasters in Moscow. Thank you.
Thank you, Natali. Good. So our next evaluator is, okay, so our next evaluator is Liza. She's a very cheerful member of us. She's going to evaluate Asanali.
Thank you, Rakhiya. Okay, Asanali, you have got to be one of our most creative speakers. Every speech that you give is outside of the box, and I love it. Whether you are trying to talk to us about perfect music, or this thing, I'm his evaluator. I'm supposed to know what is coming up. And so he said, okay, so make sure, let me know when the audience loses interest, since I'm going to be online. Did anybody here lose interest in this talk? I don't think so. No, because he didn't even stay online. That was amazing. I love how your brain works. It is so different from mine, and I love it because it challenges me to think about how I'm going to put my speeches together, or what I'm going to pursue when I'm trying to put together a speech. And so creativity, just over the top. I'm so proud of you, Asanali. Now, your purpose was body language. So, according to the agenda, it's the intro to body language talk. And so you should be using body language as you are speaking. And that part, I think you missed a little bit. You used your hands really well. I saw your hands go places, up, down, to show different parts of what you were going to do. But I think having so many slides up here distracted you from the body language piece. And so your slides are interesting. It was cool to see the results of the quiz. And I was one of the 150. Anybody else in the room one of the 150 that took the quiz? I see Alma nodding too. So I was there and I took the quiz, and it was cool to see the results of the quiz in your slides. But I think they did distract you from the body language. Walking around, you don't have a lot of space to walk around if you have to keep referencing your slides, especially because you needed to show your causation, correlation, that sort of thing. So you did use your hands. I want to see the whole body moving when you're doing a body language talk. And so I would say that would be something to work on. I would challenge you to try a speech without slides. I know, that is not something you've done yet, and that's what makes it the challenge. It means that you will have to, you work so hard on your speeches ahead of time. We all see it all the time. I'd like to see you try one without all the slides, maybe one or two. You don't have to completely get rid of them. But great job, Asanali. Thank you so much for your speech.
Very good suggestion. So our next evaluator is Timur. He's gonna evaluate our winner of 600,000 tenge.
Hello everyone. So Yerlan, your topic was interesting. You tell us about your unique experience. I think not majority of us can braving such experience like you have in your life. Your goal was vocal variety and body language, and you trying hard. Your gestures was very good, but your voice not in so variety. But I understand you have very strong voice, and it is difficult to have variety with such voice. But you do good body language with such tall and strong body. It is very good. So you give speech with purpose. You are very cunning and tricky guy. You not simply give speech. You made some observation. You give speech and simultaneously check our knowledges. You check how we know these questions, yes? And you understand by that you're not so bad. You're not so bad in this game. You're not so bad by our reactions. And so you show us that you are not changing from this game. You show the photo on this game, and we all know that this game was long time ago. You're not changing, so you live healthy lifestyle, or have good genes, or maybe healthy lifestyle and good genes. It is like, pay attention, girls. I'm here. So. And most importantly, you tell us that you have fast fingers, yes? You tell about this. But you have one mistake. You should give us link to your video. Because I saw this video on your Instagram, and you was very cool, you was very confident. It was like, this guy was named Serik, yes? It was like Serik come on your show. Serik said, you know, Serik said, I was in Venezia, and Ivan said, I too was in Venezia. You're not so cool, I'm cool. So, and in the end, good conclusion about knowledge. Yes, I agree. Knowledge is money, and vice versa. Money gives us road to more knowledge and time to receive this knowledge. So, thank you for the speech.
Thank you, Timur. Very good feedback. So our next evaluator is Togzhan. She's evaluating Marjan, who were presenting the tyranny of choice. So, Togzhan, you're...
Sorry. So, who didn't have this tyranny of choice in 21st century? Please raise your hand if you deal with it in every day, or like once a week at least. Thank you, Togzhan, for choosing this topic. I think it was interesting, engaging, and it's one of the problems of 21st century. We have so many choices, and we came to the shop and think, oh, what should I choose? What milk should I choose? What bread should I choose? Even simple things. We don't have one option like our parents had. So, and I like how you, at the end of the presentation, you gave us a checklist. So we can use your checklist how to choose things, like prioritize important things, what is important for us. And at the end, I like how you finished. You said that lower your expectation, everything will be fine. Make it simple. I like how did you start your speech. You started with the questions. You said, okay, Rakhiya, how much time do you spend shopping? Gulmar, how did you do with this one? So every time like people start to think, how much time do I spend for it? Like I was answering these questions. And when you showed us Korean dramas and the TV show business, we also started to think what we like, and you recall us this, recall memories of these dramas when we were younger, so what we like, what we don't like.